everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the Pixie Palace. I guess Mr. Timmy decided to join me this morning. He is hoping for some food, even though I just fed him a while ago. So anyway, I figure I'd let you see him. He's pretty chill right now because it's not even 4 in the morning. That's why it might seem a little darker right now. And I woke up at 1 something and after a good night's sleep because I went to bed earlier and I feel pretty good right now. So I thought, well, why not take some early time before trading and all that stuff and do some videos. So I'm going to be doing some gaming videos, but I did want to do a quick Friday video today just to kind of update you guys on what's going on and see where my rambling goes. I haven't done a real rambling video for quite some time. And I got my cup of coffee. Gotta have that. Look, if I don't have coffee, it ain't happening. I basically been pretty busy behind the scenes a lot lately. As you've noticed, my video scheduling is a little bit off than it used to be. I'm still in the works of figuring out an actual video posting schedule. And I'm really thinking sometimes less is more. And even though I'll still be very present on this channel, as I've said in past videos, I'm thinking about going to twice a week instead of 3 times a week. I'll be very transparent. Sometimes when I feel I post too much, whether it's every day or even 3 times a week, I feel the content can be forced after a while. Sometimes I'm in my creative flow and other times I'm really not. I'm more involved with my offline world. I've actually been more focused on that lately, even though I'm still involved with my business, of course, but I'm starting to finally figure out that balance. And I've noticed that the past couple of weeks, I've really been more in my flow creatively, but also just life wise. And there was a time for a while, as you might recall from past videos last year, like especially in October and November, I was very anxious, very scattered, and it's weird. I was in a whole different energy shift. And ever since the middle of December, probably from the 17th on, I've started coming back to the core of who I am actually am, spiritually speaking. And it's weird because I haven't done a whole lot of different things. Yes, I've been enjoying my crystals. I've been enjoying spiritual topics, just, different things like that. But I really haven't done a whole lot except it seems my vibration has shifted. My mindset has shifted. I've noticed certain things that used to bother me or really drag me out don't have the same effect. It's not as intense or it's not, it doesn't matter anymore. Even my competitive mode with my business and personally isn't there anymore. And it doesn't mean I'm not focused. It doesn't mean I don't see an importance in achieving my goals and being present with my work. I'm still very into it, but it's in a different form. It's in a different uh, vibration. And I'm really thankful for that because in my spiritual growth, I felt really stagnant for a while. I didn't feel any progress or that I was learning anything. And now I'm starting to see little by little the results of all the shadow work I did last year in 2020. There is such a thing as spiritual maturity. And while I still have a long way to go, there's always a lot of work to do. I've noticed that I've transmuted a lot of the baggage I had that I didn't realize I did have. And the same lessons kept cropping up as I was working on myself. A lot of the things I have, like an abandonment issue, or I used to, that because of certain events in my life. And I've always had that little tendency to kind of hang on too much to the things that didn't serve me. Even though I talked a lot about letting go, it was more for you guys, but also for myself. And I finally had to listen to what I was saying. And it's really easy to give advice. It's easy to provide insight that the universe is channeling through you to others, but taking that advice yourself is not always so easy. I'm starting to notice that my mindset has shifted enough where I'm open to taking my own advice, or hence the universe. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's the universe. It kind of alternates, but I'm proud of that. I'm really, in a non arrogant way, I'm proud that I can actually look back and see the change that is within me. Now, there are other lessons I still need to learn. I think, regardless of whether you're conscious, if you're in a spiritual journey or not, there's always lessons we need to learn. There's always growth. There's always room for change because change is the only constant in our lives. And when we stop being resistant to change, and start working with that and the energy of it really helps you transmute old things that no longer serve you and make room for new, for better things. And it really makes a huge difference in your life. So I'm not sure why I'm rambling about this. I'm sure there's a reason. I know there's a lot of people who are just starting out on their spiritual journey who might not even identify that as a spiritual journey, but they know they need a change in their life. They need to work on themselves. And really, that's the only way you can change your outer reality is to work on yourself internally. And that's becoming more and more apparent in my own life. And other interesting epiphany I've had very recently is I would talk about being in the energy you want to be in, not saying you don't have something or that you're lacking something. And while it's human for us to want things, to desire things, or to say, well, if I had this, things could be better or I'd be happier. For example, with my channel, once I have 1,000 subscribers, I will make the big time for YouTube, even though that's not true. um, and once you let go of your expectations and what it should look like in your eyes, it makes room for the beautiful things to come into your life, whether it's business, personal, whatever. And most of the time, when those things come into your life, they're even better than you could have ever imagined. And they may come in a form that you would never have fathomed, but you're so glad they did. And whether it's a lesson they teach you, or whether it's a person that you care about, or a situation you're in, or even your living environment. And for example, I've been in this condo for years. My late husband was living here when I moved in over 10 years ago. He passed on 5 years ago, a little over that. And my life has changed dramatically since then, as you can imagine. And it's really interesting because I've always felt that my roots would always be in this home. And while I'm happy with that at the moment, for the first time, I'm open to changing that. To if something comes into my life where I move or I go somewhere else or even move around for a short time, whatever it is, even with all the restrictions in the world, I'm open to that. And it gives me a sense of freedom. It gives me a sense of excitement, what life can bring. And just when you think you have life figured out and when you think it's a certain pattern and that's the way it's always going to be, it can change in the blink of an eye. And that's why it's really good to be open to new experiences, new beginnings, because you'll be that much better for it.